Welcome to the Nuggets of Wisdom by Zamani the Great. Now, in today's Wisdom Talk, I want to answer the question, how can you master your own mind? Now, in our last episode, we talked about how the mind of a human being works. And we came into a conclusion that the mind operates based on two faculties. That is the faculty of memory and the faculty of imagination. So by now, we know how the mind operates. So since now we know how the mind works, how can we manage our minds? Before I answer this question, kindly watch, like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you for that. Now, the human mind is like a mirror. And I know you know how a mirror works. Now, when images are projected on a mirror, the mirror reflects exactly the images which are projected on it. This is exactly how our minds work. What do I mean here? As we grow as human beings, we tend to interact with different situations. And we form identities from the interactions. We become identified with several things in our life as we grow. And this forms the identities that our mind uses to form its memory and in turn, its imagination. So, as human beings, we tend to identify ourselves with the different identities. And now this forms the basis of the images and the perceptions that are reflected on our mind. And now this becomes our thinking. Now, back to the mirror analogy. The images that are being reflected on a mirror are always on the front side of the mirror. But what about the back side of the mirror? Now, our minds reflects every perception, every identity, except ourselves. Meaning, the identities and the perceptions are always on the front side of the mirror, which is the mind. And ourselves are always on the back side of the mirror, which is the mind. Therefore, we at the back side of the mirror, that's the mind, we can be able to control what is being reflected on the front side of the mirror, which is the mind. Therefore, our minds feeds or perceives on everything that is being reflected on it, except ourselves. Therefore, we who possesses the mind are able to control what is being perceived, what is being fed, and what is being projected on our minds. Because we are always on the back side of the mirror, which is the mind. Now, if we know this, then we can comfortably control what enters into our mind. Therefore, as a person, you must be consciously aware that our mind works based on what we feed into our mind. And in more cases, our mind feeds on the identities that we form as human beings. Therefore, take charge of your mind by being at the back side of your mind and control every perception and every reflection that comes from the front side of your mind. And in that way, you can master your own mind. And that is the nugget of wisdom for today from yours truly, Sam Maneno the Great. Now, see you next time. I love you so much.